Hi everyone. I am so sorry for the late release, but this week we will not have a new episode. I want to thank you all for your dedication to tuning in every Monday, and rest assured I am in the process of recording new entertaining episodes with some of my friends. While I spend this week creating fresh content for you, I want you to enjoy one of Where Did I Put My Glasses most listened to episode with my sister friend Cincy. Her and I will also be live tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on Instagram for Tequila Tuesdays. We will touch base on how this school year is going as professional SLPs while divulging into some of our personal stories as well. So get your tequila ready for that. Next week, we will be back with a new episode, and I want you to enjoy the rebroadcast of Professional versus Personal. And see you tonight on Instagram. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Where Did I Put My Glasses? I'm your host, Carmen, and I am here today with one of my day ones, Sensemillah Peters. And yes, yes, you heard me right. Her parents did name her Sensemillah for all you potheads out there, okay? But I call her Sensi. Hey, boo, say hello to the people.
Hey girl. Hey people.
Cincy is a wonderful mother and speech language pathologist who owns her own practice, Speakeasy Theracare, based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Antigua. Girl, you international, huh?
I am.
Please tell everyone where to find you. Tell the people where to find you, girl.
Okay, so if you just want me, the professional, on Instagram, you can find me at Sensi_Antiguan SLP. Then I also have another page where I was trying to use that as an outlet, and that's Sensi.speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And professionally, you could also go to my website. It's www.speakeasytheracare.com. And I'm also on Facebook, Speakeasy Theracare.
Well, I liked the actual, what was it, the Cincy Speaks. I like that. And you need to bring that back because I like the quotes.
I really do. I actually made a post today because I really do think I need to bring that back.
Yeah, well, I didn't get in there pop up on my feed. I'm gonna have to go and check.
Yes, I did today, girl.
Oh,
I did.
Well, today, first, before we even get into that, we need to start on how we met and how we got here, because we've been on this journey together for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
How many years can I say? Wait, so Jaden's 11,
10,
right?
10. So
10.
it's been like 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Girl, we're old.
I know. Don't remind me.
We're old. You have grown kids. We're old.
We're old.
Well, we're the aunties. We're the old aunties at the party.
Girl, I can't even be at the party. If we do day drinking, I'll do that. I'm not going outside in the nighttime. I can't hang. I can't.
Oh yeah, you grandma at this point. I'm going out.
I can't. If I do, I tried to be grown the other day. I went outside. I was drinking at nighttime. I could not do anything the next day. And the day after that, it was a struggle. So I know my limits. It's not happening.
No, but so in all fairness, everyone, she was never able to hang. So I met Cincy when we were both in undergrad, but she was younger than I was. But we still met. I forced her and our other friend, Derisha. Oh, let me not put people's name out here. Anyway, it don't matter. She's my friend. She's our other friend, Derisha. I forced them to be my friend. Derisha didn't want to have no friends because she's a Virgo like Cincy, and they don't like nobody. And I was like, well, y'all gonna like me. Y'all gonna like me, and they did. We were were we the only Black girls in the undergraduate program?
Yes, we were. It was three of us. First of all, it was only me at one point. And then I found y'all. But it was funny because remember I used to ride the bus with Dorisha, but we never spoke.
And
But yeah, it was just the three of us in that graduating year.
Because I was like, we're not gonna be the only. And there's nothing wrong, I love having a diverse group of friends because diversity opens your eyes to different things, and I feel like I feel that you need to have more than one culture, more than one ethnicity, more than one race within your friend group, because it opens your eyes to so many things, and it allows different opportunities, and it also allows you to be more aware and to be more sensitive to certain situations. But I needed us as, the only Black girls to be on the united front and for us to be friends. And we've been friends ever since. And we used to have so much fun.
So much fun. We really did.
Our whole group as a whole, we were a melting pot of people. We had Indian, Italian, Jewish, everything you could possibly
think of. And we would have a good time.
Nothing but genuine fun study groups, fun after parties, and just everything, just overall. But Cincy and I, over that time, developed a sisterhood. And today we're going to talk about personal versus professional, right? And where do we draw the line? But before we get into that, of course, I got to let y'all know on, like how we got here. And so that's why I'm explaining this part, because I feel like when we were in undergrad, am I wrong? But we party. Well,
okay. So let me tell y'all this, right? Carmen and I have been friends for a really long time, but Carmen gets confused and she inserts me into a lot of things that I wasn't even there. Like,
I feel like you were at some of the events. You weren't?
No, I was not. I did not associate with the people. Remember?
No, because remember, we threw a party at your place. Remember when you had your place in Mount Vernon?
Well, that was different because that's when we all had that stupid class together. What was it? Speaking for Success. And I still don't even understand what was the point of that class.
It was supposed to be voice and diction.
Well, it was a lot of nonsense. But yes, I do remember that. Yes, when we were in Mount Vernon, where I swore I would never drink Bacardi Gold ever again in life. And I never did. Again.
Look, we were broke. We were in undergrad, and that's all we could afford. Okay?
Listen. But yes, Carmen also tends to, she has lots of adventures and she has lots of friends, some that sometimes I never heard of them. And she will insert me into these stories. She's like, remember that time when we did this? No, Carmen. Like, that was definitely not me. She's like, what do you mean? You were there. I promise you were there. I'm like, I must have been in your mind because I really wasn't there.
I really be feeling like she was always there at every event. And I have to realize that she was not. You know how I used to do that too? Mossy. I guess it's because y'all were like my close friends. Mossy was my best friend, and you were my close friend. And so I decided that y'all were at these events.
I mean, I was with you in spirit.
I guess.
If that counts.
Yep, that counts.
A lot of times I really wasn't there, guys. I wasn't.
All right. Well, after undergrad. Well,
you moved with me.
Yes.
So after undergrad, we graduated in 2010, and then I was moving to Hawaii with my husband, but Carmen moved with me. She did move. What was that? Your 25th birthday, I think.
Yes.
We had such a good time. Like such a good time. And let me tell you, if you don't drink, you can't be around Carmen because she's gonna make you drink. Okay. I remember, like we would leave, and the first thing we had to do was like go get something so we could make a to-go drink. And we had our to-go drinks, riding around Hawaii, going to the beaches, doing all that other stuff. Like it was a time. It really was. We had so much fun.
Rule of thumb about being with me: we need a to-go, sir. Period.
She does, and you do too. So don't even think that you're gonna be with her, you're not gonna have one. Like, no, she gonna get you one. She gonna get you all the way together. But yeah, we had a good time. Then I got knocked up, and I was like,
she got pregnant, y'all.
Super mean. Like I was mean. I was mean to her. She didn't like me no more. With
I did.
reason.
I stopped talking to her for a whole 2 years.
For a long time, because then
Was
a
it
whole
longer than
bunch
2
of stuff.
years?
I feel like it was. I don't even remember when we started talking again.
I
But it
was
was a
so mad
while.
that I sent you a baby shower gift with a
With
friend of ours.
yeah, you didn't even come. Like, I extended the olive branch and she was like, forget her. She was mean to me, and she didn't. And then,
But I
however
sent a
long
gift.
after that, I don't even know how we got to talking again, but it was like we never fell off. We've been friends again ever since then, through many different states and moves and changes in life, and we're still here. And she ain't going nowhere, guys. She's not. And I'm not going anywhere either.
I'm not. Oh, and guys, wait. I'll be trying to fake break up with her. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. And she's like, girl, shut up. What are you talking about?
It's like, all right, you having a moment? That's fine. I'm sick. I be sick and tired of her. It's like, all right, if that's what you want to do. Listen, you know what she did? She got in her feelings, right? She got in her feelings and she unfollowed me, guys. Listen, I didn't even notice. I was
putting me out
ready
like
to
that.
send her something, and it was like, add as a friend. I'm like, what? So I texted her. I was like, oh, that's what you want to do? You was that mad that you unfollowed me? Well, you gonna stay like that. She sent me the follow request back real quick because I wasn't fooling with her. She is Queen Patty, guys.
It's not my fault. It's my mama's fault. It was her. She gave me that DNA. And I don't mean to be that way. I don't like being like that.
Listen, she could go from 0 to 1,000 real quick. And I just be like, all right, here we go. And I just sit and wait for her to come back.
Okay. Sometimes I make mistakes, right? Where did I put my glasses? Like, where did I put them? Yes. Sometimes I make mistakes, and that's all right. And as long as I'm able to, look, I'm accountable.
You are. And I mean, after you calm down, like, we could talk about whatever it was. And sometimes you don't even need me to tell you what it was. Like, you talk yourself through it. You have the problem, the solution, and even a backup solution. But I get it. We all make mistakes. We all get hot. But we still here for each other at the end of the day. And that's why I love her.
Yeah, I love you too. But that's what sisterhood, right? And that's important because people, at this point, I don't feel like we're friends. It's more like a sisterhood at this point. You're my sister because friends come and go, right?
Yeah.
Acquaintances and friends, you can remove them out of your life real easy. But when you've developed a family with your friends, you have to realize that there will be times where you like each other, where you love each other, where you can't stand the way the person breathes.
Yep.
But you always come back.
And that's us.
But that's why I guess when I was mad, maybe when we weren't talking for that little bit of time, I inserted you in undergrad.
All of the activities. Yep.
And probably all those memories I tell you about, probably memories with, who, I can't say her name because I don't want to just put people's name out there, but our Italian friend.
Yeah.
Because, her and I, we did everything
together. Yeah.
So I probably inserted you in there, like in the memes where people insert themselves in their pictures with their friends if they weren't there. That's what I do.
Yep, like the Photoshop. It's like, I'm going to Photoshop you in this memory real quick. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
So today, as I said earlier, we are here to talk about how we can sometimes struggle between our personal and professional lives, right?
Yes.
And especially as SLPs. And for those of you who do not know what an SLP is, it's a speech language pathologist, and we are the experts in communication and swallowing. And we work with people from pediatric to geriatric. We treat a variety of problems such as like the way people put their sounds together, the comprehension or the understanding and use of language, and difficulty swallowing food and liquids and issues with your voice, right? And as SLPs, we sometimes are overworked, and we are sometimes some of the most burnt out professionals. And the healthcare world, because we are constantly, if we're not working in the school setting, we're doing PRN, we're doing private practice.
You're doing everything. And it's a lot. There's so much that goes into what we do outside of the 30-minute session or the 45-minute session or the 60-minute session. There's so much. Like, there's continuing education, there is insurance, there's a scheduling, it's just so, paperwork is more than actual therapy. And it really does take a toll on us, like, a lot. It takes a lot. It really does.
It does. And I felt like this was important, right? Because before we became SLPs, we were Carmen and Cincy takes the world. Cincy was living in Hawaii, living here. Where was that? Where were y'all at before North Carolina? Y'all went straight to North Carolina?
From New York to Hawaii and then Hawaii to North Carolina. And I've been here. I've been here, girl.
So like she and I bounced around states, but before we became professionals and her parent and wife were no longer, congratulations.
Woohoo! I is free now.
Guys, that's for another day, another journey, another talk. But she is free. Right. We were ourselves. We were our personal selves, and we had our own identities. And that's why it was so hard for me, to want to go into this podcast, because I am a professional, I feel like, all the time. Right. And do you feel that way? Do you feel like you have to be Cincy the SLP all the time instead of just Cincy?
Yes. And I totally hate it. Like, you know how much I hate it, because it's like I am, and I have to say it out loud a lot of times, it's like I am Cincy. Currently rediscovering or figuring out who she is, yes, but I'm Cincy. And then I'm Cincy the mom. Then I'm Cincy the SLP. But how it is with society, it's like you're known as what you do. And it's like, okay, an SLP is what I do. It's not all of who I am. I eat, live, and breathe it because I love it. Yes, I absolutely love it. Even though it's a pain with the paperwork and all of that other stuff, I do love it. However, that is only a fraction of who I am. And I feel like society on a whole places women in general in this bubble. And it's a bubble for not only just life, where you have to act a certain way if you want a man to marry you, whatever, but that's the conversation for another day. But they do the same thing when you're a professional. So it's like you are a highly skilled professional, so you should speak in a certain way, you should carry yourself in a certain way at all times. And sometimes I just want to say, like, what the fuck? Seriously? Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I can't do that all the time. I can't.
You can't.
It's and what I do. When I get paid to be an SLP, I'll be an SLP. But you can't expect me to be an SLP all the time. Like, I just can't do it. And then some people will say things like, well, other people are looking at you. You're now a role model. And I want to say, well, I didn't fucking ask you to be that. Like, why are you placing that on me? Like, I already have to be a role model. I have 2 kids. I don't want to be your child's role model. If they think I'm great, well, that's great. I'm flattered. However, it's unrealistic. And this is why right now, and I don't want to minimize it to say like there's a mental health wave, but that is why we have so many mental health issues, so many people being burnt out, because they are trying to live up to expectations that are placed on them by people who don't even walk the same life that they walk. And it is totally exhausting. You could be a professional when it's time to be a professional, and you could still be your authentic self, and there should not be any repercussions. I mean, unless you're doing some really out of pocket shit, there should be no repercussions. Like, if you want to go day drink, I should be able to day drink on whatever day it is that I'm not working. That
Thank
should
you.
be fine. If I want to
Thank
curse like
you.
a sailor, which you know that I curse all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
If I want to curse, let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
fucking curse. Like,
Mm.
it's not bothering anybody. I'm not cursing at your kid. Like, I'm a totally different person when I'm working. And for those of you who know me and have seen or heard my interviews, I sound completely different when I'm in a professional state of mind. But you can't expect me to be like that all the time. I'm not like that in real life. Like, I'm not. When I'm a mom, I yell at my kids because they don't listen. So you're not going to get me sitting like, well, Jaden, I said to do that. No, I'm a yell because kids only listen when you yell sometimes and they look at you crazy. So I really need society to take a hold on themselves and look at themselves and stop placing so many demands on other people. It's already hard being a woman in this world. It's already hard being in our field it's a field dominated by women, which
predominantly we will say it's dominated by and this is not we're not going to make this a race thing. We're not going to make this
I was about to say, I'll say
a
it
lot of
for
people
you.
like
You
to be
don't want to
sensitive
say
on
it.
certain subjects, so I try to stay away from sensitive subjects only because I want this to be a place that people can come to and feel comfortable, grab a drink and just laugh and listen and learn a little bit. But it is a predominantly white female field, and we are trying to make it more inclusive and also talk to our women of color and men.
Yes.
And men, make them feel comfortable to come in. And because people have to understand, first of all, our profession was founded by men. It was a predominantly male profession, which turned into a female profession, but it was a predominantly white male profession, which was passed down to white females. And now it is, and that's a subject for another day.
For another day. Yes.
But with that, I do have a question, because you have said your authentic self, right? And I have a question. Do you find it hard to be your authentic self, especially on social media, because of the backlash from parents and other professionals? Like, not just in life, right? But in social media, do you find it hard?
I do, because you have to be censored. Because you could say, like, I could say something and you will understand what I mean because you know me. Someone else may take it and run with it, and I sit there and I'm looking like, but I didn't even say that. And why are you taking it that way? And not even to say people are too sensitive, but in some situations they are extremely sensitive, and I may not know the backstory why. And I am not opposed to being educated if you are overly sensitive about something. But then there are those people who just want to make everything bigger than it really is. So for a lot of things, it's like, I'm just not going to go there. You know, I'll just leave it be. I have opinions, but I'll keep it moving, you know? And like you mentioned, especially with SLPs, we all come from different walks of life. And with minority SLPs, like, the percentage of us is really, really low. And I feel like personally, it is hard for the majority to relate to the minority.
Exactly.
And I don't feel like they are as open in receiving education.
Yes.
So whereas we may be talking about something from our perspective, it's not received well. So you get to the point where it's like, all right, I'm just not going to say anything, you know? And then you may say, and sometimes, like, you really have to think about what you say, which it sucks sometimes, but it's things like this. For instance, there are some things that white people are exposed to that Black people aren't exposed to. And it's not about it's really not about you trying to play the race card or whatever. No, it's just life. Like, you're exposed to that. If I'm not with you, I will never be exposed to that. Because it's just not something that I would typically see or something I would typically be involved with. And you can't even say something like that, because then it will turn into like World War III. And I don't feel like that's how it should be. So, like I said, with a lot of things, I just have nothing to say because I don't want no smoke. The people don't want my smoke.
What it has forced me to do is to actually, I do not allow any co-workers. And I know, and this is terrible. And I do not allow co-workers to follow me on social media. I do not allow co-workers to really, and I don't even really have a lunch or anything with co-workers or anything, because when I'm at work, you know how I am. I'm efficient. I'm professional. I love what I do, and I want my families to respect me, because I'm a Black woman, but I'm a lot, right? I come in, I have a different hairstyle every week, different colors. I wear long nails. I dress professional. So when you see me, I'm a lot, and then I'm direct. I do not sugarcoat things. Carmen, do you want to go to lunch? I do not. Carmen, would you like to go to happy hour? I would not. Carmen, how do you feel about so and so? I feel this. I am very cut and dry. I am. If you ask
are
me
a lot for the
something,
people.
I am. I'm a lot. If you are not secure within yourself, I'm a very hard pill to swallow, because I'm gonna say exactly how I feel respectfully.
No, not all the time now.
You don't think?
No,
ma'am.
I mean, I know you, so you don't bother me. But to the people, like she said, if you're not secure with yourself and you don't understand what it's like to be a New Yorker,
that is true.
When Carmen talks, you may want to fight her, because it's like, what? But honestly, it's the New York in her.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker all the way, and it makes it hard. And so personally, I love being me. I love being Carmen. Like, my mother did a good job. You did a good job, Debbie. And
she did.
And not just even with me, with my brother. Big Will. So confident, baby. You can't tell Big Will nothing. Okay. My mom did a good job with that. But I'm also want to be respected as a professional. So I find sometimes on social media, because my social media is not private, because I feel like it's social media, right? And what's the point of it being private? I don't see I don't have any quarrels with anybody. I don't have any enemies. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I don't do anything to hurt anyone purposefully. So I don't feel the need for my social media to be private. So I find that I censor sometimes my social media, just in case that one coworker wants to be nosy and try to find me, or that one schoolmate, because Cynthia and I are both I'm getting my PhD, she's getting her CLINS ID. So we're both working on our doctorates, and just so happen, you never know, that one person might want to go and be nosy and say, I wonder, because there's Karens of all walk of life, and there's some people who just want to find out about people. Yeah. And that's that. And I sound like this, right, on this podcast. When y'all hear me as Carmen. Y'all hear me as Carmen, the girl from New York who lives in Oakland and is, podcasting and has her Indira skincare. But at work, I am Carmen White, MS, CCC, SLP, and I'm professional. And you don't know who I am outside of work, and I make sure my coworkers do not know who I am while I'm at work. And so I feel like I can't be my authentic self sometimes, and I want to.
But I think it's good for the people that you're not at work, because I ain't got no bail money. I don't. Because she would fight the people.
I have a skin secret. Do you want to hear it? Are you having difficulty keeping your skin moisturized? Is water, exfoliating, and face creams not working to achieve that dewy look you desire? Maybe facial oils are the key to healthy, glowing skin. With Indira Skincare, you can get that no-filter look naturally, with the Rose Formula and the Maracuja Formula. The Rose Formula will moisturize and protect your skin with a blend of rosehip oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, and essential oils to leave your skin with a dewy look and feel. Choose the Maracuja Formula for brighter, glowing skin with a blend of maracuja oil, grapeseed oil, and vitamin C to moisturize and enhance your skin's glow. To purchase your skin secret formula, go to indiraskincare.com as well as Facebook and Instagram at Indira Skincare. Trust, you would thank me later.
She would. Don't listen to her. She would.
No,
But,
I'm changed. I'm changed. I'm a good person.
So for me, I now work in a school district. And you know that was a culture shock for me. Listen, I got so used to being the only Black person in the room at all times that when I got hired with the school district, I was in a state of shock where white people were the minority. Like there were 2 white people that day. And I was sitting and looking around the room and I was just in awe because I had never been in a room with so many Black people. Like, never.
And that's odd. And I don't want people
really
to think that we're not saying it in a race way. So please don't be offended. We're just saying like sometimes there's different cultures, right? There's professional culture, there's personal culture, there's culture within your race, ethnicity, whatever. And so our professional culture is very white.
It is. And what I appreciated was that, well, it wasn't only me. It was the parents. The parents now appreciated the SLP being Black. And then it was really funny where teachers didn't really know who I was because I was Black. And it's like, your office is in the admin wing. Like, what do you do? I'm the speech language pathologist. And I've gotten it. Oh my God, you're Black.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
So
I am.
I've gotten, I end up in a lot of predominantly affluent white areas or like low income Hispanic areas. And I always get the like literally, like not even like the blatant like
It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yes. I get that too. And like I still did private practice on the side. And I remember going to one of my daycares because I love my Hispanics. I love them. So I went to see one of my little kids at the daycare, and it just so happened that their OT was there. And I got the same reaction from him. He was like, you brown? I'm like, yes, you're brown too. He was like, you don't see this often. We need to, stick together professionally. And I kid you not, like I keep hearing that. And it makes me, like, it does make me happy because now they'll have someone who looks like them. Yes. Now we won't have someone trying to fix when little Johnny say, I'm finna go to the store. Because there's nothing wrong with him saying it like that. You know what he's saying. And there's nobody trying to correct that.
The crazy part is, right, we are taught in school. So ladies and gentlemen, we are taught in school cultural versus dialectal difference versus different language disorder, right?
But they still try to work on it.
I encounter, no matter what, children being misdiagnosed with a language disorder. However, they have a dialectal difference, or just they speak Hispanic American English, or African American English, or Asian American English, and their delivery.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Somebody wants to fix it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Now, as parents, as outsiders, whoever, what you can do is teach that child how to code switch. Teach them how to do what we do on the daily. So when we're at work, we speak professionally.
Yeah, because
when we outside, we talk like this.
We don't sound like
have
this.
To teach them. You just have to teach them how to code switch. Don't pull them to service them for 30 minutes. Now you're giving that child a complex, having him or her think, well, there's something wrong with the way that I speak. No, baby, there's nothing wrong with the way that you speak. And in working in a two predominantly Black schools, they like coming to my room because I am professional. And then when they get out of pocket just a little bit trying to be funny, it's like, oh, I could be funny too. And then they straighten up real quick because it's like, yeah, I'm not here for it. You're not finna do that here. And I will say that. And when I finish saying that, then we come all the way together and we work on our therapy goals. So I actually do like the change that I've made. And I feel like some Black people are more accepting to understanding that work is work and home is home. I feel like they understand that more than others.
That, you know what? And I have a question. Do you feel families feel entitled to controlling your personal appearance, your personal life? They like that sense of entitlement. Like, you are my child's SLP, so you need to be this way when you are not around my child. Like, I don't
feel like I get that from parents. Okay. I feel like I get that from like admin because like, you know me. And when I say I don't like people, like, I don't. There's no other way for me to say it. I don't like people, but I love to help people. It probably doesn't even make any sense to you, but that's just
she don't like nobody, and that's why half the time I'll be sitting there like, "What's up?"
Like, yeah. So if my spirit doesn't take, what's the American way to say that? The American way.
How y'all I don't know.
Energy.
I
energy.
Feel like, yeah, we say vibes.
That.
She's antique.
In the Caribbean, if my spirit don't take you. I'm not messing with you. So I go off the vibe. When I first meet you, I'm not going to say anything. If I speak, that means I like you. Just a tad. So like you were saying, as far as coworkers, knowing you outside of work, I do have 2 coworkers who we're really good friends.
No, ma'am.
And that's because we vibed. That's how you say it, right? Yeah, we vibed, and guess what? They're both.
Oh, look at you being American. Say it again.
We vibed.
Hey. Okay.
And I feel like maybe it's because they're both Virgos. So we understand each other. We can hang out.
It's a whole bunch of distant.
Right. So it's like they also don't like people. So we just gonna sit and not like people together, but we gonna have a good time.
Which are distant
other people. No, I don't. I don't socialize. Like my admin, she even put on there that, I need to foster relationships with other people in the building. And I was extremely upset about that because, lady, I service one classroom. Why do I need to foster relationships with other people? I have a great relationship with the teacher and the TAs in the classroom that I provide services for. Why do I need to go talk to the other people? I like to go to work, do my job, and be out of there. I don't want to be there any longer than I need to be.
Like when you work in the school, ladies and gentlemen, when you work in a school setting, and maybe some teachers can speak on this, because when you work in a school setting, it can be a very messy situation because people love to be
messy.
And I'm in the business of minding my business. Cynthia will tell you, I could sit in a room and not hear nothing anyone's saying because it's none of my business.
Me too. It's not my business.
You gotta literally say, Carmen. I'm like, huh? Like the way I can ignore people. It's none of my business. I don't want to.
I can ignore you even when you're talking to me, which is bad. I don't mean to, but you can be talking dead in my face, and it's like, oh, you talking to me? What you say? Huh?
I don't want to have nothing to do with it. So when you work in a school setting, people tend to think that it's a family, right? But they're not really a family because this person don't like this person because she teaches the kids this way, and this person don't like this person, and that. And I don't have time to like people because I have 1,000 IEPs to write. I have lesson plans for 70-something children. Yes, I've had 70-something children at a time. I have evals to do, and believe it or not, when it's a language eval, you have to give sometimes 2 to 3 different evals, and then I have to score them, write them. You think I have time to sit and have breakfast with you, Barbara, and Michael, and Charles, to talk about? No, I don't have time. Y'all made it impossible for me to have to try to communicate and create a community with you guys. And it's not that I don't want the best for these students. I want them ultimately to thrive and to communicate effectively and to be able to understand and use the language that is being stated to them so they can be successful human beings in this world when I am working in the school setting, right? But I do not feel like the way me and Barbara interact has anything to do with that. I should be able to email you, talk to you, communicate with you in regards to this student, and that's it.
And
I
that's
will
it.
have potato salad with you on Tuesdays in the lunchroom.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
No, it's a no for me, Simon.
No,
It's a no
thanks.
for me. I don't, it's not for me. And the thing is, in the school setting, they think that and it's nothing. You can be a great provider. You can be an excellent teacher. You can be an amazing administrator without having to be everybody's friend.
Exactly. And they don't understand that. They really don't.
Now, why do you think people find it hard separating the two?
Honestly,
Why?
I don't know. You know what? I would like to find the person that created this stigma and just punch them in the face real quick.
No, not
Because
punch. You're gonna go to jail.
no,
They put people
because
in jail for putting hands on people now. I'm letting you know that now that's illegal. You're going to
I
jail.
mean, like not a literal punch, just like
I
a
mean,
like you know,
you
just
know you
stop.
want to punch them. Stop.
You know I do, but I can't. I'm a professional because somebody's gonna sue me, right?
I ain't got time to be
But
sued.
it shouldn't be like that. And I really hope that like from here on out going forward, like people like you and me and people that have these same feelings can advocate so that our kids don't grow up thinking, well, I have to be in a bubble to be respected. I have to act this way to get this job. And I mean, that may work depending on the type of job that you are looking for. I'm not trying to run a country. And I mean, you know
No,
what?
we are
I'm
not
not even going
qualified, and
there.
they've hired enough.
I'm not even gonna go there because the
They
last
hired enough
principal that we had.
unqualified people to run this country, and we are where we are today.
Right. But the point I'm making is that like everybody has multiple personalities, and there's a time and place for everything. No. Here's why I'm gonna say this. Yes, you do.
Okay.
They may not be like they may not be far off where one is really nice, the other one is a jerk, whatever. No, what I mean is that you just act differently for different environments. So there are people who know how to be a professional when they're in a professional setting. Then they know how to turn up and have a good time. Then they know how to tone it down when they are at wherever. I'm gonna say church. I don't go to church really, but whatever. I'm just saying they know how to adapt to their environment, and that should be okay. Like that should be okay. I should be able to be Sensei, who is Sensei that my real friends get to see. I should be able to be that person. Then I should be able to be Sensemillah, the professional. And then
the marijuana.
Yeah, that part. I mean, that's my name. I had no parts in it. You know, I'm the highest graded weed in the dispensary, y'all. Yep, that's me. Period. But I mean, it's just me. It's all of me. It's me. Like I'm me. I'm the mom. I'm the SLP. I'm the student. I'm the fixer. I'm the friend. I'm nobody's lover. But you know, that's another story. But whatever. All of it is me.
We are not into telling lies on this show today, but that's fine.
I don't know if somebody's claiming me, but I'm not claiming nobody, but whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's all of me, and I shouldn't feel like I can't be me whenever I feel like it. And like, I'm of the mindset, and this is me. It may work, it may not, but I feel like from like going forward, well, since 2020, I'm gonna be me. You either like me or you don't like me. If you see something on my personal social media and that's going to determine or deter you from reaching out to me to provide you with professional services, then I'm just here to tell you, like, you missed out on a great therapist, but that's your choice. Like,
Exactly.
you don't have to come here. Who is for me will come to me. Who is meant to be my friend will be my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for everybody. Not everybody could handle me.
You know what? I've discussed that and in a lot of conversations and previous conversations, and even some conversations with podcasts. Not everyone gonna like you, and guess what? That's okay. It's okay.
Fine. It's fine. And I don't think people understand that. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to agree with your opinion. And because someone doesn't agree with your opinion, doesn't mean that the mass should come and say, well, you said that, I didn't like it, you should apologize. The fuck I need to apologize for? I said what I said. I meant what I said. You don't like what I said. Take it and be gone. And it's okay. Like, if we all thought the same, we wouldn't get anywhere. So then why are we trying to censor people to all act like robots? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not a robot. I don't even have it in me to be a robot.
I can't. They would have to reprogram me several times.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. I would have to be recalibrated. So often they would be like, oh, it don't work. This one
it's broken.
One needs to be fixed. This one is broken.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Chucky. Remember when they tried to take him apart? He just went back together. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Like, no, I was really worried. You know, I have stories to tell. I really do. But I was so worried about how it will be received by others, because I essentially made my public debut as, hey, I'm Sensi, the Antiguan SLP. So how will that translate from me doing that to me talking like this and tell you what happened to me?
Exactly. So do you feel like because we have that hard transition, we have a hard time transitioning from personal to professional, from professional to personal, and drawing that line, right? Do you feel that those lines between them, do you feel that it has hindered any endeavors or opportunities? Because people, I feel like, and it's not even us. Well, sometimes
I feel like it has, when it's like on the personal side. So, like, for instance, see, you're able to do speech and, well, the skincare, that's positive. There's no backlash. Endearest, right? And then now you're doing the podcast, and you had reservations about doing the podcast because now people are going to see another side of you.
And I was scared.
You were. But I think that, you know, I'm happy that you listened and you did it. But think about it, liberated. How many people who are probably like us want to do something, want to step out and do something else, and they can't because they're scared of what's going to happen. And they may not have a friend who will say, well, go and do it. The people who like it will like it, you know? And I have to take my own advice too, but I just am honestly going to say I have to dumb it down a bit because I'm a bit much. Like, wait. Before
you continue, why do you feel that you being your authentic self, and this is for me and for everyone out there, why do you feel that you are a bit much? I just want to know why, because I don't feel so, right? Again. I think you're an amazing person. So,
it's society again, because I curse like a sailor.
I curse all the time. I curse. I yell at people.
I do, but
so does everyone else.
Right, everyone else does. But I just feel like it's still that thing. So it's still there. It's still on my back, where it's like, but you can't. I am going to, just at a reduced rate. But I feel like I'm going to do that to ease my way into the people. And then they'll have an idea of like, all right, this is who she is. Like, I say totally out of pocket shit. Like, totally. I'm inappropriate.
There's nothing wrong with it. I like inappropriate. It makes me happy when people are inappropriate. I guess you could say it's
an acquired taste. And you know what? Although I say it, there's still those feelings. I can verbalize, I'm not for everybody. But then there's still that little voice where it's, it's just like, well, do you really want to do this? Like, do you really want to do it? And that's why it's important to have supportive friends, because you could be your own roadblock. So while I'm saying this, I know when I'm ready to do something and I talk to you and I talk to my other friends, they're going to tell me, just do it. And if it really isn't for your friends, sometimes some of your thoughts, your ideas, your projects just never get off the ground because you're scared.
Well, your true friends, because you got to remember, there's those people in the background who hope it don't work. I hope it don't work.
Yep. Those ones who call you their friends, and they'll support you, but as long as you're not doing better than them, and you won't
the ones that say, "Well, do you really feel you need to do that, and how would that affect your work?"
Yes.
Do you think your family would be okay? Like,
I know my dad is not going to be happy. I tell you that.
No,
I have stories.
So
I do have stories, and like a lot of older Caribbean people and maybe older Americans will probably tell, well, that's not public information. Some stuff should be kept private. For that, I will say, keeping stuff private kept me in a situation where I could have died. So I don't want that for somebody else.
Exactly.
And I know me. I'm going to say what I need to say. I just need to figure out how to say it, you know? So, yes, there's that small thing that'll probably still be there. And I feel like if we didn't have it, we wouldn't really be humans. Well, I shouldn't say just humans, but like good humans.
Humans.
No, not just humans, because some people don't have it.
No,
but
because the serial killers be having their own people talk to them too. The crazy ones, because
they just tell them to say
they got the
and
elephant,
do different things.
Yeah, they got the elephant, the angel. They got the let's not put my elephants in there.
Not the elephants, the demons and the angels.
The demons and angels, because we're not gonna put my beloved elephants in that equation. You know where I got that from? That new, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. It's an app we're using for weight loss. I'm trying to lose 10 pounds, y'all. I haven't lost it, but let's see what happens.
Listen, I don't know why. Listen, guys, she is fine. Okay, she got this little Coca-Cola bottle shape going on over there. Meanwhile, I eat and you see it, but you won't see it on the pictures that I post because I found my angles, and it's like, yeah, you ain't seen that.
You get I can't. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is everybody has that inner voice in them, right? Telling them to do it and not to do it. And sometimes we don't listen to it. And sometimes my professional voice will hinder me from moving. I feel like this podcast that we're doing now, where did I put my glasses? Let me tell you guys, I had the premise from where did I put my glasses was based on like I am forgetful, right? And I have several pair of glasses and they're all clear because I love clear glasses because it's straight to the point, right? Everything's a metaphor with me. So my glasses are clear because I want to get straight to the point, you know? So I lose them all the time. But it's like, how did I get here? I even walk around. I remember there's times where I'm looking for my glasses and they're on my face. Like, and I can't find them. It's like, how did I get here? I go in the mirror and they're on my face. It's like, come on, Carmen. Really? You've been walking around looking for glasses for 10 minutes and they're on your face?
And they on your face. And you have the how did I get here? And I have the what the fuck moments. I have lots of those. It's like, and it's the way I say it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what?
I wanted to share that with the world. And because my professional side of me was scared to cross that line into the personal, I was afraid to put forth this. And you know what? Now I'm happy that I did it because I'm not the only one. My great friend here, Cynthia, she's amazing. I feel like she should have a podcast because she has a lot of things to tell, a lot of pearls and a lot of jewels that she could share with the world. Come on, guys. I need you guys to comment too. Because she started a podcast because she got some things that she needs to tell people. And she should. I mean, I'm going, I digress. I'm on my business. But I feel like you should. And other people agree with me. Other people agree with me. They're not here today. But there's other people that agree with me. And I feel like she should. Y'all judging by the way she speaks. Y'all let me know. Y'all comment on that Instagram. Let us know. But anyway.
And I'll be peeping at those comments to see what y'all say now.
No. But honestly, You're right though, and I understand and I feel exactly what you're saying, and I'm happy that you are being so vulnerable with us today and allowing us to hear you, right? You in your authentic self.
Yes.
Because when you are on your YouTubes and when you're with your families, you have to be Sensemillah Peters, you have to be the SLP, you have to be the guidance, you have to be the mentor. And it felt good to hear you let your guard down.
Well, yeah. I'm happy that you did. And guys, she told me I look dusty and dry prior
Oh,
to this,
girl,
and
you
that
didn't
I
have to put
needed
me
to
out in
get it.
front of these people. And
Yeah,
I'm leaving it in
and
here.
I
I'm not
had to
even
get.
gonna edit it out because you shouldn't have said it. You did look dusty. And she looked dry. She looked dry and dusty.
I mean, I had just taken a little nappy nap on it. I mean,
And
but
that's
I'm happy that you did ask me to do this. I do feel a lot better, and I know that this will help a lot of people because I've come across so many people who are multi talented. Like they have a job, they love their job, but they're just good
or
at so
profession,
many
because
or
jobs can be
profession.
anything. You can
True.
work the
They have
drive through.
a,
So your
a
job at the drive
profession, a
through.
career, but they're also good at other things. And it's just that stigma that is stopping them from doing whatever that other thing is. So I hope this helps a lot of people. And just do what your heart tells you to do. As long as it's not something that's going to put you into jail, do it.
Yeah, jail is rusty and tired and just dry. And
Nobody belongs. Like, well, not nobody, but yeah, just don't do anything
no,
to
there's
put
people
yourself in.
actually doing things
Yeah,
they're not supposed to be in jail.
yeah, don't do
Like
that. Don't do that at all. But follow your dreams. If you have a story, tell your story because it may not help your friend, like your immediate friends, but it'll help somebody out there who is going through something that you went through, and it may just give them inspiration, you know? So do it, whatever it is.
Thank you. That is so sweet. That little bit of advice you gave us. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, ma'am, again.
Yeah.
All right, so I know I use ma'am a lot, and I'm not from the South, guys. I'm from Yonkers, New York, but I like to say ma'am because the way my voice sounds, it's I say it more like a joke. So no, I'm not from the South. I'm from Yonkers, New York. I'm a New Yorker all the way. Let me tell you, I have my Tims, I have my Jordans. She'll tell you, like, I'm a New Yorker all the way, but I do like to say ma'am. Before we even like leave, please, besides what you just said, do you have any other advice for people besides to add to what you just stated? Do you have any other advice for people who do not know how to draw the line between personal and professional? And then this is not just for a person who's scared to go out, right? Because you gave us some advice for people who are scared to go out. Do you have advice for people who feel like it's their business to impede on what someone else wants to do because they are a professional?
Yeah, it just mind your business. That's all. Honestly, that's all I can say. If it is not directly impacting you, your child, your life, mind your business. That's it. Just mind your business.
Just mind your business.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, boo.
Thank you. So I want to thank you so much again for joining me today. Tell the people where to find you again.
All right. Again, if you need professional services, I am licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Delaware. And if you are in the Caribbean, as long as there's not a licensing board, I could provide services to you. So check me out, Sensi, Antigua SLP, on Instagram or www.speakeasythirdcare.com or Speak Easy Third Care on Facebook. Or you can follow my Sensi Speaks Instagram because I will be on there more dropping my thoughts.
Some gems, some jewels.
Yeah, my gems and my jewels, you know, the past, how I got here, how I overcame certain things. And maybe, you know, it'll help you if you're going through some things.
And to interact with me, I want you to go to Instagram at Where Did I Put My Glasses for your thoughts, questions and comments on today's episode. Also, you can go on Instagram and on Facebook to Indira Skincare to check out my skincare line, because you know what? It's not a line. It's facial oils, and they're moisturizing. And please just go and follow, check it out, look, shop around. I do have a vibrating jade roller, and I figured I'd put that out there.
Yes, and I love the oils. It just gives you this glow.
Hey, that's what it's intended for. That's what it's intended to do. Well, thank you again, Sensi. I love you and I appreciate you.
I love you too, boo.
All right.
All right.